Our next Ignite talk is Malshini Senaratne from Seychelles, representing Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey.
Wow. I needed that because my country is so small, you'll be lucky to see it as a dot on a map. So thank you, Rutgers. A country with a population of just 90,000 people, I'm not even kidding. We are not even close to Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, or South Africa. And I'm from the smallest country to form part of Africa. And it is none other than the Seychelles Islands. But my story today, guys, is also your story. My story today is around the African girl child, the men and women leaders in this room, and my girls back in Seychelles who exemplify the challenge of access to quality education. Let me share some numbers with you real quick. 65 million. The number of girls today who are not in school globally. Let me bring it closer to home. 30 million. The number of girls today who are not in school in sub-Saharan Africa alone. And now let's zoom in to countries like South Sudan, where girls like Pani walk 4 unsafe hours to and from school every day. To Malawi, where Loveness got married at 13, became a mother at 14, and no longer goes to school. To my Seychelles, where Sylvia fell prey to drugs at 15 and dropped out of school pregnant. And let us never forget Nigeria, where Mariam was one of over 200 schoolgirls kidnapped by Boko Haram because they believed girls were unworthy of an education. From my daughter of a country to mainland Africa, our struggle is the same. Our cry is the same. Girls being denied their right to an education, thereby being denied their right to a life free from exploitation, free from child labor, and free from poverty. And I look to the leaders in this room. I look to you. I look to you. I look to you. What can we do about this? Because Mandela called education the most powerful weapon we have to change the world. And on this belief, my consulting company, Ecosol, engages with schoolgirls out in the Seychelles. We volunteer our time and our resources to help these girls, my girls, realize their dreams, realize the greatness that is already within them, and realize that education is not just the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. And this is our fight. This will be Ecosol's legacy. And if this is what is being done for girls on my dot of a country, I look to the leaders in this room. I look to you, and I look to you. What are we going to do about this? How can we amplify this effect across Africa? Because simply put, an educated girl becomes an empowered woman, one more likely to achieve greater income, to increase economic productivity, to marry late, and to raise fewer and healthier children. So let me share some hope with you real quick. 90%, the percentage earnings an educated girl will reinvest into her family. 64%, the decrease in child marriages if girls in sub-Saharan Africa received an education. And 25%, the potential extra income a girl will earn if she spends just 1 extra year in school. I ask the leaders in this room, I look to you, and I look to you. How can we further improve these odds? Ladies and gentlemen, to quote a fellow from Zimbabwe, for as long as we remain divided, we remain a continent conquered. To the strong men and the strong women in this room, to the fathers and the brothers, the mothers and the sisters, we need each other to walk hand in hand and unite around changing this story, because we cannot lift our nations up by standing on just one leg. So let's solve this problem together. So let's solve this problem together, one girl at a time. Step up to the front lines and help rewrite this narrative. Get your companies involved in a girls' education project. Agree with me on this. We did not go through Yali to stay the same, yes? Yes. Okay. And this is how we will move Africa forward. This is how we will rise. Because in the words of Desmond Tutu, if we succeed in empowering our girls, we will succeed in everything else. So stand up with me right now, real quick. And just like you've stood up today, come together, stand together, and help lift our girls up. Thank you.